Thanks for coming to CoinGraph Market. Here is where we change your crypto journey. Are you sick of keeping an eye on the market all the time? With our $1,000 to $100,000 trading challenge, you can trade like a pro without having to sit at your computer all day. It only costs $79 a month. You can automatically copy my moves if you sign up today. Satoshi Swiss will help you get better at crypto. Let's take over the world of crypto together. To join, click on the first link in the description below. Now let's get to the movie. Think about whether you really want to watch this movie for a moment. Cryptocurrency is about to get a lot more interesting with Ripple XRP. Soon, the financial world will use XRP Ripple as its main way to handle trillions of dollars. Everyone who owns an XRP Ripple should know about all the crazy things that are going on behind the scenes. We are going to enter right away. Watch out for it. You won't want to miss those leaks. Pull back. See central banks release and keep an eye on digital versions of their country's money. They are called one central bank digital currencies, and their design makes it possible for electronic payments and deals. This kind of money, but it's digital. Both the company that made the cryptocurrency XRP Ripple has shown that it is fully committed to digital currencies that are released by central banks. Yeah, make sure to point out that they back these digital currencies that were created by central banks in a white paper that was just released. Ripple believes that digital currencies issued by central banks could have a $5 billion impact over the next 10 years, which would completely change how the world's banking system works. Digital currencies that are released by central banks are better than traditional methods in a number of ways. They make international transactions faster and cheaper, which could make more people around the world able to receive and use money. They might also make financial transactions more clear, lower the costs of transactions, and make payment methods easier to use. These developments are important for Ripple because they use their technology to help people send money across borders. Adding digital currencies from central banks fits with their goals because they use XRP in their on-demand funding service. The goal of Ripple's technology is to make international transfers faster and more easy. When central banks use Ripple's technology to create digital currencies, it could greatly increase the number of ways that XRP can be used and the community that supports Ripple. This statement from Ripple confirms that they are still ready to work with central banks to look into digital currencies that are released by central banks. Fans of central bank digital currencies like XRP and Ripple should be happy about this move, as it fits with the goal of changing the way international payments are made and could open up new possibilities for Ripple's technology. It is important for more people to be able to use banking services that central banks issue digital currencies. To give people who don't have bank accounts or only have restricted ones digital accounts that they can access on their phones or other devices. This would let millions or billions of people who don't already have access to regular banking services interact with the official financial system. They may have more power now that they are included. Also, digital currencies issued by central banks could totally change cross-border transactions by making it easier and cheaper for people, especially those who live in poor areas, to send money to other countries. When using old methods like SWIFT, you may have to pay huge fees and wait a long time. The Society for Worldwide Interbank Financial Telecommunication, or SWIFT, is what it stands for. In some ways, it works like a huge message system that banks use to send money to each other. Banks use SWIFT to talk to each other when they want to send money from one country to another. The process can take a few days to complete. Besides that, there may be up to 3 transaction fees, which can add up, especially for people sending small amounts. Let's say someone who is looking for work moves to a rich country and wants to send money home to help their family. During the process, they could lose up to 3 of the funds and fees, and it could take up to 5 days for SWIFT to send the money to their family. This fee wait could cause a lot of problems, especially for people who are contributing small amounts of money to help their families. Digital currencies released by central banks could make these problems a lot easier to solve and help more people get access to money around the world. Central banks can also make it easier for the government to keep an eye on monetary policy by issuing digital currencies. digitizing money gives central banks more information and power over how money moves around in the economy. Better openness and oversight make it easier to carry out monetary policies effectively, which helps keep the economy stable and keep an eye on things like inflation. The use of digital currencies released by central banks also holds a lot of promise for tokenizing assets. The process of putting real estate or stocks on a blockchain as digital tokens is called tokenization. Central bank digital currencies can be used as a base for the process of putting assets on a blockchain in a way that is safe and effective. This would make investing easier for everyone and add liquidity to places that haven't had it in the past. When you look at it all, digital currencies released by central banks have a lot of good effects, such as making it easier for people to use money to buy things across borders, giving central banks more control over monetary policy, and making it possible to tokenize assets. Because these changes are making things more open, clear, and efficient for everyone, the financial situation may change. Ripple, the company that makes XRP, is working hard to help countries set up their own digital currencies for their central banks. They work together with many countries, such as Bhutan, Palau Monogro, Colombia, and Hong Kong, and have agreements with more than 20 central banks. This shows that Ripple wants to help these countries make their own digital currencies. About $5 trillion worth of digital currencies issued by central banks will be used by these alliances to move a lot of money between big countries over the next 10 years. These countries think that digital currencies released by central banks can help them solve their problems, such as high inflation and weak economies. These countries might benefit from having their own digital money because it would give their people a more stable currency and make it easier for them to use banking services. It might make it easier for them to deal with money problems. The fact that Ripple is involved in these projects with central banks only shows how digital currencies like XRP could be used to fix real-world economic problems. If these partnerships work, they could help these countries get better and easier to use banking systems. This would be good for their economies and make it easier for people to manage their money. Since its start in 2012, Ripple has been a decentralized network that connects banks and other financial institutions. Through a unique technique, they offer